All right. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you all this evening. One second. All right, I think I'm going to do it like this. So, welcome to this week's weekly call. As you know, I am Laura West, and I am the owner of Divine Lotus Healing, and I am the spearhead for the Divine Lotus doTERRA team, and we do these calls weekly. So we're glad you're here. We're back to school routines. We're back to fall routines. We're experiencing seasonal changes. We're leaving the warmer weather for more crisp weather here in the Boston area. The leaves are starting to change. Today was cool, and this evening the windows are all being closed for the evening because it's supposed to be in the cooler temps tonight. And I want to talk about our new line that just came out last week at convention. I'm still learning a ton about these new products and the science behind them. And one of the ones that I'm really impressed with that I want to highlight with you here is the Adaptiv line, because this is just such a powerful line. Last year, I have to back up and tell you global pictures, right? Last year, at the 10-year anniversary, when Emily and I were at convention out in Salt Lake City live, doTERRA came out and said, we're in this for the long haul. We're in this for the long game. We are here to change lives. We're not just here to make the next fad in essential oils. We don't care about adding essential oils to cereals or perfumes or beauty products and making lipsticks and eyeshadows and all that stuff. That's going to go away in 5 years' time, right? We want to be here to change lives. So they started partnering with healthcare systems. They started partnering with building clinics, as you know. They've broken ground on several clinics around the country, and the flagship clinic for healthcare is up and running in their Utah campus, and it's serving the employees of doTERRA, and it's getting the attention of lots of other people in the community. So lots of other corporations are coming and knocking on doTERRA's door and saying, hey, can we please send our employees to your clinic? So there's lots of talk around that. They just announced that they have partnered with an oncology unit at St. Elizabeth's Hospital in St. Louis, Missouri, I want to say. I'm not 100% on that one, but I could have the location wrong. But a wellness advocate who had a cancer journey and went to her doctor and said, while I'm going through this cancer journey, I want to talk to you about my essential oils and how powerful they are and how they help people. He said, let's bring them on board to your cancer support system. And he was so impressed that he called doTERRA and said, let's partner with you and bring you into our hospital in this way. So lots of big healthcare initiatives have been happening, right? So fast forward, well, last year also they brought out the turmeric and the yarrow palm. Now fast forward to this year, and they announced this new line called Adaptiv. And it is for, I have to be very careful how I phrase this. So if you'd like some clarification in a non-compliant way, if you just want the down and dirty nitty-gritty, I would be happy to have conversation with you one-on-one, but I have to say this compliantly so we don't get in trouble, right? If you are someone who experiences, or you know someone who experiences very intense sadness or extraordinary anxiousness or any kind of overwhelm on a regular basis, hang on one second. Where'd you guys go? Hang on. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Okay. Or, oops, there you are. Or overwhelm on a regular basis, like all the time. You wake up with these kinds of things, you have these kinds of things running through your mind, and your cortisol levels are high, and you just have, jittery body all day long. Or if you go to sleep with these things and you're having uneasy sleep, you're not restfully sleeping at night because your mind is always spinning and running. You yourself, a partner, a child, a loved one, an elder, anybody in your family, right? This Adaptiv line is for you. And it's more common in our society than not. Most often what happens is you go to your doctor and you say, I have these anxious feelings. I have this intense sadness. It's not leaving me. I can't get off the couch. I can't get out of my yoga pants. I just don't feel like I have any oomph for life. It's like I could care less about everything, even though I have a beautiful family and I've got my lovely children and I've got my great work. I just feel blah all the time, right? You know what I'm talking about, yes? Okay. If you don't, please reach out privately. Email me, send me a text message, direct message me, whatever, on any of the social media platforms. I'm happy to talk to you about this more. So what do doctors do? They say, here's a prescription. Go on this. And we all see these commercials on TV all the time, right? They have tons of side effects. You gain weight. There are other health complications that happen. So you can go down that road, and lots of us do. I know so many people who have said, oh, my doctor put me on this medication, but here are the effects that I'm now dealing with, and I want to try and use essential oils to support me in the effects of things. We now have the Adaptiv line that we can look at using to support us in a natural wellness kind of way that replaces, possibly, for some of us, the medication altogether. Now, it's your choice if you want to do both or one or the other. I'm not a medical professional, so I can't counsel you, and I can't coach you in what to do. I can just tell you what this Adaptiv line is about and how it can begin to support you on your wellness journey as you've been using your other essential oil products, or how it can begin to replace some things that you're already using in your life now. So here's what's great about this. There's 3 products in this line. There are capsules. There is straight neat oil in the bottle. It comes in a 15 ml bottle. And then there is a roller ball of it. We, as human beings, in our modern society, with all of the technology and all of the overwhelm and all of the overstim and all of the busyness and all of the stress, and couple that with all of the lack of nutritional diet, are deficient. 80% of our population is deficient in serotonin. Serotonin helps us to get restful sleep. When we're connected to Wi-Fi all the time, when we're watching TV late at night, when we're scrolling and surfing our phones before bed, when we're taking Wi-Fi signal and 360ing it through our houses, 5G is incredibly invasive to people's central nervous systems. I won't get into that tonight. I could do a whole talk on that. But autoimmune deficiency is being linked to 5G. So at the very least, let me just give you this one tip about Wi-Fi stuff. At the very least, turn your Wi-Fi off on your devices an hour before you're going to sleep, and don't do any electronics an hour before you go to sleep so your mind can begin to calm down. If you can, put your devices outside your bedroom so that they're not Wi-Fiing in your room with you while you sleep, because Wi-Fi studies have shown that it starts to corrode plants, change molecular structure of water in negative forms, that kind of stuff. And you're absorbing all of that while you sleep. So at the very least, turn the Wi-Fi off on your devices. If you can, look at removing it altogether while you're sleeping. And you might want to do some sort of buffering of the 5G stuff. Anyway, so moving on. We're deficient in serotonin. We need GABA in our brains to be able to have healthy, functioning daily routines. And we don't have a lot of that anymore because we're constantly bombarded with all of these stress signals and stress hormones that have built up in our systems that we're now operating in a flight or fight space all the time, and we don't even realize it. There is no coming down and relaxing and coming off of. That's why we have this massive movement in our society of people who are quitting their corporate jobs and becoming yoga teachers, because we have this internal sense of, what do I need to be doing in my life to get back to basics, to get out of the overwhelm, right? I mean, I'm overgeneralizing there with quitting corporate world and going into yoga teaching, but there is some truth in that. We as a society are feeling the shift. We have to do something, and some people are drastically changing their lives in that way. All right. So here are some of the things that are inside this Adaptiv line that make it so powerful for us. Number 1, the AHI flower, AHI flower. I can't wait to experience this. We can get them on October 1st, by the way. You can buy all of these products on October 1. If you go to doTERRA right now and you type in doTERRA new products 2019, the whole page with all the products will come up for you. If you are an established customer, you just pop them right into your cart on October 1st in your back little account. If you're not already a member, visit my website, divinelotushealing.com/essential oils. And you buy yourself these on October 1st. I can help you with it if you need help. Or if you're already working with one of our other wellness advocates, ask them how to get it through them, and they will show you their link on their site. So ahi flower, the reason this is amazing is because it is rich in omegas and from a plant, which is fascinating. For those of you who are vegetarian and vegan, this is a vegan option for you. The ahi flower gives us the omegas from its flower parts. I'm not sure exactly which parts, if it's the petal or the seeds or the stem, but I can find out for you. As an herbalist, I'm curious. So the omegas help to nourish our brain and give us that real strong boost that requires functioning for serotonin to be able to occur. It also has lavender and coriander and wild orange and fennel. And research is showing that in isolation, these all have high concentrations of linalool, which we know is really highly dosed in things like lavender and magnolia. Magnolia has 7 times more linalool than lavender, actually, and it's such an incredible calming agent. So this line of Adaptiv has the ahi flower, the lavender, the coriander, the wild orange, the fennel, and a bunch of other stuff, but those are the main ones. And it begins to calm us down. People now, let me just tell you a couple of other things, and I'll tell you some study, some anecdotal in the field notes of what people are noticing about this. So when you take the capsules, they help to create a systemic pathway in your entire body. Systemic means entire, like all your systems, through your vessels, through your neurons in your brain, through your arteries in your heart, all your systems. It creates healthy pathways. So everything is flowing the way it should, operating the way it should. Think of a well-oiled sports car engine, all pistons running, high-class gasoline in the engine, high-class oil in the engine, all the fluids have been topped off, everything is clean and operating at this levels that it should be operating at. This is what Adaptiv does for you. When you take the oil straight, the neat bottle, and you also use the roller ball, it helps to support the limbic system. And the limbic system, when you smell something, I have my elevation right here. When you smell something, it takes 22 seconds for that sense to go through your olfactory smell part of your body and up into your limbic system in your brain. Your limbic system controls things like your behavior, your thoughts, and your emotions. So when you're stressed and you're using your balance oil or your wild orange or your elevation for cheering, or when you're sad and you use your console, I happen to have console here because it has rose in it. And I have been loving it lately. I'm not sad, but I just am loving the rose texture in it. And I'm just coupling these two together. That's a nice little tip for you. Some console and some elevation together are lovely in the diffuser. Anyway, so when you do that and you inhale that, in 22 seconds, your limbic system starts to change. Your serotonin levels shift, your cortisol levels go down, your mood becomes enhanced. You start to feel like you're not in that dark space anymore or that mopey space anymore. You know what I'm talking about on all those commercials that we see on TV. You're not in that space anymore. And now think about this for people who are really crippled by these things, who have anxiety all the time. Just generalized, just because your brain is wired to be in that state of anxiety all the time. You take Adaptiv, and it helps to change the neural pathways and your entire system and the way that your brain is functioning. If you're somebody who can't get off your couch and you can't take your shower and you can't get out of your yoga pants and life is just meh, Adaptiv is going to help you. I know so many people in my personal life, and this just brings tears to my eyes when I talk about it. And I cry all the time over this now because I know so many people who are living really functioning, healthy, wonderful, beautiful lives. And they just live with this stuff and they feel trapped. And they also feel ashamed because they can't talk about it. Our society doesn't welcome that. They can't say, I'm just always having a hard time, even though I have a gorgeous, beautiful, healthy life. This is going to change things for you. Okay, so do you want to hear some anecdotal evidence of what people are reporting? It's really powerful stuff. So people, when they're taking the capsules at night, they sleep longer. I saw one person said they slept 12 hours and they woke up feeling like a whole new woman. When they're diffusing the oil, first of all, everybody's loving the scent. So when you diffuse the oil, it helps to focus. People are feeling like they have such deep concentration. So a lot of folks who came home from convention live, when you come home from an event like that, it's 5 intense days with 35,000 people in an entire sea of 12-hour days of just go, 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 go. You're exhausted, right? Mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. So you're just wiped. But people coming home diffusing this are saying, wow, I was able to speed clean my whole house. I was able to deep clean my kitchen. I was able to purge my closets. I had so much focus and so much drive and so much energy and so much attention. I now have all these donation bags ready to go. And it's 2 days after convention. And last year and all the years prior that I went to convention, I was flat out like a pancake sleeping. So it's changing people's moods. It's giving them more energy and stamina. For folks who have intense worry mind, anxiety mind, using the rollerball to rub between the webbings on your fingers helps to calm the anxiety. Isn't that fascinating? Right? I don't know why. There's something in between the webbing there. Diffusing it at night helps you sleep better. And using the rollerball on the spine helps young ones. I mean, I guess it helps everybody, but when you're doing it yourself, it's hard to get it on your spine, right? I guess for me, I have not as much flexibility with my arms, so I could get it up to maybe my mid back. I suppose if I were to try and do a roller down my spine, it would, first of all, I'd have to put my hair up because it would be gross. And I could probably do my neck and maybe to my tops of my shoulders. So it's hard for you to do yourself. But for young ones, you can roll it down their spines, or you can have a partner or somebody in your family or your housemates roll it down your spine for you if you trust them. So this stuff is really powerful and really, really incredible. You want to talk about, or you want me to talk about the well living protocol that Dr. Hill talked about at convention? I think this is lovely, and I can't wait to try this for myself. So I've already incorporated in lifelong vitality, and I use it every day. And right now, when the September shift happened, my family went from being in summer mode and having a very relaxing time to bam, light bulb turned on, all systems go. You're running $120 down the highway and you don't stop because you've got school routines and work routines that have changed, and everybody's back to the lessons after school and the coffee that needs to be made and the lunches need to be packed and the laundry that needs to get done, and the days are getting shorter. And let's also talk about here that for me personally, since I was I just shared this with somebody the other day. Since I've been a young woman, I can remember being in high school. And when the season shifts from summer to fall, I get very melancholy. I get very sad. I get very morose, but not debilitatingly. It just carries in my energy field. The seasons bring mental changes for lots and lots and lots and lots of people. Give yourself permission to be in that space and just let it be and still be happy and productive, right? For me, I've just learned this is my seasonal shift in my mood. So I'm really curious to see the Adaptiv line. But going back to the wellness protocol, you start with your lifelong vitality. This is the foundational piece for everybody, for everything, ever. All your ailments, all your weight issues, all your skin issues, all your attention issues, all your energy issues, all of it. You take lifelong vitality first. That's your foundation. It's not just some arbitrary product that was made, that was a fad, that doTERRA said, let's just come up with some vitamins. No. A lot of science went into this for many years before they put this out on the market. And it works. It works. It just works. It just so works. If you have not done lifelong vitality yet for yourselves, you're missing out on wellness care for yourself. You're missing out on self-love. You're missing out on good, healthy care for yourselves. Try it. I have free samples. I give free weekly samples to people. So if you want to try it and you haven't tried it yet, hit me up on social media. Leave a comment under the video or reach out on my podcast or find me on email. Ask me for a sample. I will mail you a week's supply of Lifelong Vitality because I just love it so much and I love sharing it with people. So you start with that every day. Then you add in the Adaptiv capsules at night. And you also add in the Serenity soft gels at night. The Adaptiv is going to give you the mental wellness that you need. And then you use the diffuser Adaptiv oil during the day throughout as needed. And you use the roller ball. This woman does it between the webbing on her fingers. You can also roll it up your forearms, following your meridian lines up into the crook of your elbows. And then you rub your hands together, your arms together like this. You can put it on the bottoms of your feet. As you know, your pores in your feet are the largest pores in your body, so your body absorbs the oils more quickly that way. You could even do that before bed at night. Although I recommend putting on socks so it doesn't get your sheets all gross. And then the Serenity soft gels with that help to give you a more restful sleep. And whenever I take my soft gels, my Serenity soft gels, I feel better. I feel more refreshed in the morning when I wake up. And I'm always kicking myself that I don't take them more often. If it works, just do it. Okay, so you know your homework now. Lifelong Vitality, the Adaptiv line that comes out on October 1st, and Serenity soft gels. If you do just those three things alone, never mind using peppermint for boosting your energy, never mind drinking wild orange to boost your mood, never mind using Digest Zen to help support your gut, because your gut is your second brain, and when you have good gut health, you have good brain health. Just put all of that to the side for now and use these three things. Give yourself the gift of time, try them for a month, and see where you are. If everybody were to do this for themselves in our society and take charge of their health from this capacity with plant-based medicines that have no intensive side effects like our conventional medication and antibiotics have, what kind of society would we be living in? Kinder, slower, softer with each other as colleagues and friends and family members. People would be less tired during their day, so their productivity would go up. I'm talking on a global scale here, right? Like if the world could do this together, the rose-colored glasses I'm wearing. But seriously, we have this within our capacity now as doTERRA people. So why don't we use it? I certainly do, and I love it, and I love sharing it with others because it makes me feel so good. And I love sharing my goodness, my feelings of wellness. I get to share that with other people. And it's just amazing. By the way, if you're somebody who has been using doTERRA and you love it a lot and you want to start sharing it with your friends and family, reach out to one of the wellness advocates on our team. Reach out to me. Reach out to your person who enrolled you. We would be happy to talk to you about sharing this with other people. It's very easy. It's so simple. It's just, I love using this. This makes me feel better. Would you like some? Here, try some. And there's some specifics around getting little tiny sample bottles, and we could share those with you, or you could come and sit in on a class of mine. Or for those of you who are interested in doing more of the sharing side of things, I offer free consultations and I do free coaching now as part of a larger schema for my business model. I would be happy to coach you through that, give you some pointers and some tips. If you want somebody from the wellness advocate side of this business to come to your house and teach other people about essential oils, we would love to do that. Talking about oils and the foundational products that we use is one of my favorite things to do. Because what am I? I am an educator and I am a healer. And what do I get to do in my job? Tell people about doTERRA and how it works, which is the education, and help them heal. Yes, I practice Reiki, so that's a different kind of healing, but I can help them get the essential oils that they need and the products that they need to then heal themselves and be on a path of wellness. What an amazing life this is. And I am so glad that you are here too. I am so glad that you have decided to take this journey for yourself in whatever way that looks like for you. Maybe you've gone in diving into the deep end of the pool like I did with my family 4 years ago, and you do doTERRA in a very big way in your family's life. You do all the products and you do all the bath stuff and you do all the house cleaning stuff like I do. You've changed over your whole family. Or maybe not. Maybe you just do a couple of little things here and there. Maybe there's a protocol you use for your baby. Maybe there's a protocol you use for your water retention at certain times of the month. Maybe you use a protocol for, I don't know, hormone balancing, right? It doesn't matter. Just thank you so much for being on this journey. And if you're somebody who's getting started or you're interested in getting started, reach out. I would love to talk to you. All right, so that's enough from me waxing and waning all this beautiful, amazing, blissful stuff about our products. Keep tuning in the coming weeks. Myself and the other leaders of our membership leadership team are going to be breaking down more and more of the products as we continue learning more and more. Emily and I both learned a ton after watching some of the replays. We went to the live stream of convention this year. And so I'm learning so much, and it's going to start to be broken down and shared out. I do a lot on Instagram now. So if you're somebody who is checking out Instagram or you're on Instagram, I'm doing a lot of mini live classes there. And I'm also posting a lot of content in my stories there. And of course, a lot of it gets fed into our Divine Lotus membership for our essential oil community here on Facebook and also on our membership website. So check in those two spots too. Reach out with questions. I'm happy to answer them. Reach out to your wellness advocate who helped to enroll you if you've got questions. They're happy to support you as well. And until next time, have a glorious, glorious